Hey guys, today is the 8th, so if you've been watching my videos, you know that yesterday I went for the gender to find out the gender. I was kind of concerned that we wasn't going to be able to find it out because, it depends on the position of the baby, and so I was asking her when they took me back, the ultrasound technician, like how they would go about that if she couldn't find it, and she was like, "Oh no, we'll find it for you. We'll find it for you." So she was checking and making sure that everything was working and was how it should be at my um, length in pregnancy. She said that he's very good. The other times I had been to the doctor, he had been kind of small. Is what he had told me. My doctor had told me, said that he was measuring just a little small, but it was still normal. But he is not small anymore, you guys. He is big. He is so big. He's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I don't understand how women cannot love their children and neglect and abuse their children. I don't understand it. I've loved him since before I even knew that I was carrying him, but seeing him move, I got to see him move. He was so active. I've been telling everybody like for the last few weeks that I've been able to like feel him, which I mean it's only been like 2 or 3, that he doesn't like to be touched. He don't. I'll feel him and he'll move away like immediately. But he hasn't been doing that recently, I think, because he's getting a little too big. But he's very active, and we got to see him. He was opening and closing his mouth. He kept putting his hand up by his face, not wanting to be seen. He was moving around a lot. He was like, "Stop touching me!" It was so cute. It was the most adorable thing. I cried like the whole time, and I wanted to. It was myself, my fiance, my mother, and my best friend in there, and I wanted to keep like saying to them, like, because I was watching the whole time. I wouldn't take my eyes off the screen, and I kept wanting to say to them that he was the most beautiful thing and that he was so beautiful, but I couldn't do it because I would always choke up. Like, he was just so beautiful. He is so beautiful. So yeah, it's a boy. I've been sitting here saying he. Um, Darn it. But she was checking him and saw his legs, and she's like, "Oh, well, that's not a leg." So it was funny because of how that happened. But I'm going to show you guys the ultrasound pictures. I got 11. That's really unusual. You typically only get about 5 or 6 with with the gender one. You might get 7, but you typically don't get any more than that. Not where I'm from anyway. I don't know about you guys and where you're at, but we got 11 in total, but 5 of them are of his diddle, his peanut. 3 of them are of his feet, 1 is of his face, and 2 is of his profile. So here is my favorite one, my favorite profile. He's so beautiful. Here is the other profile, not as bright. Oh, well, there we go. It was my camera. There's the other one of his profile. Here is his foot. That's only his left one. You can see it right there. There's his foot. We got one of his right one, but I wouldn't really consider it being of his foot because you can't really see it. She didn't get it very well. But that's okay. I'm not mad. I wish she had got other things other than like the ones that she did just get. Because I mean, we did, like I said, we got a lot, but she only mostly did remakes of ones. But here's his face. I'll have to kind of point it out to you, some things, because you can't really see that well or tell that well. Some people can't. But there's his forehead. Right there's his forehead. There's his nose. That white, that's his nose. That black right there, that's his eye socket. His eye. There's his other one. You can't really see his lips or anything, but that's his face. It's his face. And then I shall show you his peanut. I shouldn't have to point it out to you guys. It's obvious as day. When I posted on Facebook, I had some friends that was like, well, that's obviously a boy. And I'm just like, yep, I know it. But there's a leg. There's another leg right there. That's a leg. And then there's a leg. And then there's his peanut. So, yeah. But he's beautiful. I love him so much. She said everything with him was fine. We got to see his spine, and she did a 4D one, but and we did get to see his face, but she wouldn't take a picture of it. She said that it wasn't really great or something like that. I don't know. Everything is fine. She said his bones are very healthy. He has no abnormalities. He is perfectly fine, perfectly healthy little baby boy. But I wanted to let you guys know. I told you I'd be keeping you updated. We're going to go shopping as soon as we can, which is when my fiance and my mom gets paid. So I will just let you guys, I'll keep you guys updated. So as soon as we get his first outfit, I'll show you, which it probably won't be till next week, but that's fine. I'll put it in my 20-week video. But I hope you guys liked it. So like, comment, subscribe.